Live while we drive, y'all. Live while we drive. Now, I was listening to the live that I produced yesterday off my GoPro. This live is off my GoPro as well. But the thing is, I wasn't happy with the audio. The audio was a hot mess. What I'm looking at right now is a hot mess too. Let's see what's going on. Gotta check it when I wreck it. I wasn't happy with the audio. Yeah, hopefully today's audio is better. Yesterday's audio was with a wire mic I usually use when I record videos. Not the live videos, but the recordings. So I use a wire mic. And the wire mic is excellent. However, when I was recording live, it wasn't all that good. I'm hoping that this wireless mic would function better. It's a Rhodes. This was also a gift from my older brother, which is kind of odd. And sorry about the wipers, but it's raining. Let me shut it off for a second, give you some relief. I can still see well. It's not raining hard. It's like a mist more than anything else. And everything I do with the GoPro camera is all hands off, hands free. So there's really nothing to worry about as far as safety is concerned. I'm compliant. The camera's mounted. The microphone is clipped to something else. I can give the GoPro voice commands. So I'm compliant. I'm safety compliant. Best to be hands-free. But I definitely want to make sure that the audio is much better than yesterday's audio. Yesterday's audio was terrible, in my opinion. Tallahassee, Florida, y'alls. I-10. Still rolling on I-10. We've been on I-10 since Phoenix. We've been on I-10. I'm still getting a lot of noise though. Still getting a lot of noise. Unwanted noise. It's from the truck though. But it's nowhere near as bad as what it was with the wire mic. Truly amazing. I'm still amazed. I'm able to go live with my GoPro camera without having to get into my a separate device to go to YouTube or anything like that. And because I'm live directly from my GoPro camera, I get to share the experience of driving with all you guys. You guys can get to see what it's like to, or get the feel of what it's like to be in a truck while the truck is being driven. Hey, Professor. I saw your video on the soap that you created. By the way, everybody, Tara Helms, aka the Professor, makes soaps by hand. Unbelievable. Let me tell you something. The soap is superior in quality, to the point where my wife has decided to cease purchasing soaps wherever she's shopping these days, and we're going to be shopping directly from the Professor. Yeah. Messing up too many batches? It's part of the learning growth. Part of the learning growth. Oh, with cooler temperatures, it's easier to make the soap. Well, Professor, actually, you make it easy to be an advocate for your soap, because your soap is amazing. Okay. Oh. Yeah, the soap is really good. One of my kids are sensitive to the ingredients, and every soap that we've tried that you've sent has been really good. Okay, so the cool weather's gonna help. So logistically, it would be the cooler months would be a higher productivity months. It's the reason that I started. Okay. Yeah, some people are sensitive. Their skins are sensitive, but your soap has been an absolute winner in my household. Absolute. So my wife is not going to be purchasing commercial soap from the stores. We'll be going on your site and ordering big time. And your product is hygiene, is about hygiene. It's not about appearance. Along with the All Balm lady, her products have nothing to do with appearance. It has to do with improving a person's quality of life through pain relief.
Put down phone.
Silence. It's just crazy, crazy. These things. Right. That's understandable. I can't use it personally myself, but my wife can use it if she needed it. But she's okay in the pain department. Yeah, because I touched upon what I consider a weakness, to allow your power to be transferred to companies that focus in on this psychological weakness that people have. I'm not hating on these companies. I'm just highlighting. I'm just highlighting what's going on. I get a delay on my headphones when I hear myself on the video. So you guys in YouTube world are getting a delayed you know what, Professor, I suspect that my subs aren't accustomed to having me go live during the day. Usually what I have is a recorded video. So to go live during the day is, especially on a weekday, either because they're working, like I would imagine that Homestead is at work, that Brandon is at work, so they probably won't be showing up. Maybe Double D is busy. Oh, you're off on Mondays, okay. So I'm lucky. But I was eager to experiment with this wireless mic, because I wasn't happy with the wired mic. Although, like I said earlier, that wired mic serves me very well when I'm recording videos. The audio is magnificent. Oh, I see. Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, yeah. I got it. Okay, so the wireless mic, the setup is good. I'm using the Rhodes. The Rhodes Wireless ME. That's, I guess, the smaller version, more compact version of the Rhodes Wireless. It serves me well enough. I really don't have to be very far from the actual camera or the transmitter, because they're two little boxes, and one is a transmitter and one's a receiver. The one I'm talking through is the no. The one I'm talking through is the transmitter. The receiver I mount on top of my GoPro. There's a clip, and I clip it onto the top. There's a spot on the GoPro where you can clip it on the top. Now the receiver, hey Stone Cold, the receiver The receiver can also be used as a mic. So I have to figure out whether or not, while I'm using the transmitter, if the receiver is still picking up the ambient noise. I'm in Florida right now. I just passed Tallahassee, the capital of Florida. I'm on I-10. I don't have anything of high value, so I can mention the fact that I'm headed toward Jacksonville. It's not a good idea when you have high value goods to announce, especially when you're on a live. It's not a good idea to announce where you're going, but I'm not carrying anything of high value. So yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. Sorry I had to throw the wipers on you guys a couple of times. I wonder what this looks like on a large screen television, watching this live. Yeah, as I was passing Panama City, I thought about you, Professor, because I remember you saying that your brother lives in Panama City. What's that next to? It's next to. Oh no, you're fine, Professor. I mean, I wouldn't have mentioned it if I did have a high value load. I wouldn't. You can ask. That's not a problem. Yes. So now, that's crazy. So now when people go shopping for food, hopefully they're aware of the potential dangers that could potentially exist. The potential dangers that can exist because of a potential desperation amongst people who will lose their SNAP benefits. I learned something today listening to a, well, she's not a farmer anymore, but she's still in the farming industry. She does administrative work for other farms, and she was revealing some very interesting information. Yeah, Professor. She was talking about the farming bankruptcies and how the increase in farming bankruptcies, interestingly enough, is less of a problem than people think, because farmers can file for Chapter 12, which is a type of bankruptcy that most people don't know about, and it's far more forgiving than a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 11. Farmers are able to keep their farms under Chapter 12 and continue to produce. There used to be a cap of, I think she mentioned $3 million, and now it's up to $11 million. And by increasing that threshold, more affluent people can utilize this Chapter 12 as opposed to Chapter 7 or 11. Yeah, I never heard of chapter 12 either. So I found it interesting. Another interesting thing is that people associate small family farms as being blue collar, and they're not. They're actually wealthy. They're actually millionaires that make 6-digit incomes. And by increasing that threshold from 3 million to 11 million, it becomes a lot easier for small. Okay, so another condition with the chapter 12 is that for you to benefit from that filing, you have to be working and generating revenue for yourself from the farm. So that excludes people who have farms but don't necessarily live off the farm. But with that increase in that threshold, it makes it possible for some of those people to enjoy the benefits of a chapter 12. I don't have all the facts straight. I'm gonna dig deeper into that, but that I find that to be very interesting. Very interesting. And she was explaining that the farmers that lost their farms and went into bankruptcy back during the Depression has changed dramatically since then. So she was mentioning also that the farm lobbyists, they like to let me put the defroster on. They like to exaggerate the conditions for farmers. Or they like to skew it. Yeah, even the farmers have a lobby. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, 15 minutes? Okay. But yeah, the farmers have a lobby too. And they pump out some serious propaganda. Serious. So I've been following this lady for like about a week or two. And the information she's putting out is fascinating. Hey, Just Richie. Hello. Hello, Mike. You guys use Mite? Or is that just the Australians? Because you're out in the UK, right? Just Richie? UK status? The Bee Gees, the singers and songwriters, amazing songwriters. They've written so many songs for so many people, and people don't even realize that it was the Bee Gees that wrote it. But the Bee Gees are actually from the UK. They were raised in Australia, but I watch some people who do music reactions, and when they refer to the Bee Gees, some of them get it totally wrong and call them Bee Gees. But the Bee Gees, they're actually from the UK. They were raised in Australia. I'm not sure about the youngest, Andy, but definitely the older three, Robin, Maurice, and Barry. Barry being the oldest, and Maurice and Robin are twins. Amazing singing voices and musicians. And there's one song I'm still digging in, but everybody for some Fanny Be Tender. That's the title of the song, Fanny Be Tender. So Fanny Be Tender, there's this very high-pitched vocal, and everybody swears it's Barry, and I don't think so. I think it's Maurice. Maurice sings very high. If you listen to Nights on Broadway, Maurice is the one that's hitting the high note, the highest notes. So I suspect that in Fanny Be Tender, and I suspect that that's Robin hitting that super high note, not Barry, even though everybody thinks it's Barry. Oh, you got a new projector ordered? £109. Whoa. Or euros. No, pounds. It's pounds, okay. Normal price is $219. What? Wow. You were lucky, man. Congratulations. Yeah, Barry Gibb is the only one left now. All of them passed. Crazy. They all passed. He's the oldest, and his younger brothers all passed. That must have shredded him. That really must have hurt him real bad. More so Robin and Maurice than Andy. Because, you know, Andy, to Barry, Andy must have been a little knucklehead. Oh, thank you, Professor. Hey, Rising Phoenix. Hey, I was in your state not too long ago. Also, you're a big gamer, just Richie, you're a big gamer? So you're gonna have quality now. Oh, geez, that's gonna be tough. They're gonna have to use their recordings and figure out who's gonna play them. Oh, PS5. All right, cool. No, Phoenix. This time I was on I-10, so I wasn't close to you. I ran through Houston and San Antonio. That's probably the longest strip of highway in Texas from east to west. It's like 900 and something miles. It's wild. So in a truck, if you're running legal in a truck, like my truck, for example, this particular truck right here, it's maxed out at 68 miles an hour. So it would take me 10 miles if from start to finish in shift. If I didn't stop, maybe I would still be in Texas. If I stopped at one end, I would have to wait and do a 10-hour reset for me to finish and get out of Texas. Yeah, GoPro does have its own microphone, but it's mounted on my windshield, and you'll hear all the noise from the engine and from right now from the fan that's blowing the air from the AC or from the defroster. So I have a wireless mic connected. I have the receiver, or I have the receiver is usually mounted on the camera, but right now it's hanging off the wire from the camera down to the floor, because I'm trying to minimize the amount of noise that the receiver picks up, because the receiver is also a microphone, but I'm using the transmitter. You think so, Professor? Preparing for monetization. You think this type of content while driving is worthy of monetization? Do you think? Oh, you like that noise, Phoenix? Is that what do you call that? ASMR or something like that? Helps people sleep? Gene the Marine, yeah? Gene the Marine. You're gonna get your PlayStation Network and cards to get some new game. All right. So Richie, you're on it. And Richie, you're a big music buff, huh? ASMR, yeah. Diesel engines make you happy? Oh, well, hey, I'll do more content like this, Phoenix. If I'm not doing it live, I'll definitely do recordings. And I'll leave the receiver near the camera so that way you can hear the noise. They are, aren't they, Professor? They're becoming more popular? Yeah. Although keeping the truck running constantly like that while you're not driving put some wear and tear on the engine. This company, for example, they go crazy. They monitor idle time and they freak out when you're idling too long. You love making music. Yeah, with what? What is that? Suno. Oh, okay, that's what you use? Okay. Got the pro version. 2,500 credits, refresh, same, 27th each. Oh, okay. Well, I studied music. That was my minor in college, in fact. The first instrument that I learned was the violin in junior high school. I joined the Bronx Borough-wide, the Manhattan Borough-wide, and I also took private lessons at Harlem School of the Arts with a Russian violinist. I'll never forget her. Her name was Miss Sushanskaya. I hope I didn't butcher her name. Oh, hazardous material he used to transport? Oh, okay. Yeah, I got my hazard endorsement. Every now and then these people have me transporting hazardous material. It's a pain in the butt when you don't do it regularly, because there are a lot of little things that you have to do. Otherwise, you can get in trouble. There are roads that you're not allowed on. Can't go through tunnels. You have to stop at least 15 feet before the rails on a railroad crossing. Depending on the type of hazard, you can't park in certain places. You have to be a certain distance from certain structures when you have to park. Is that right, Richie? You drive a truck on a PC? Yeah, I'm driving a real truck, man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and also at Harlem School of the Arts, that's when I started learning the guitar, the acoustic guitar, not the electric guitar. And I was also taking what is that? Music theory. Mr. Pache at music theory, Miss Sushanskaya in the violin, and Mr. Baldwin with the guitar. And from there, I went on. I actually performed a solo in what's that spot? Lincoln Center. Oh, Euro Truck Sim, yeah. Yeah, the Harlem School of the Arts, Professor. Yes. Yes. Just below 145th Street. And Amsterdam, I think it was. Was it Amsterdam? I forget the name of the avenue that it was on, but yeah. And I kept up with the music. And when I went to college, I started out with engineering. I was behaving myself for a while, and I got myself a little 3.8 GPA in engineering, and I was minoring in music, and then I just abandoned the engineering over an incident that I saw between professors, and I went on and kept the music, so music became my major. So yeah, composing, participating in the chorus. You have to learn how to. You have to learn how to sight sing. Yeah, I was behaving at that time, Professor. Okay, you have to head out. Yeah, 3.8. So I was behaving somewhat. Joined the baseball team. I played second base. I was in karate for, well, I've been in the martial arts since I was 9 years old. Okay, awesome. Yes, we'll pick up on that. Yeah, so I was in the martial arts since I was 9 years old. When I went to college, I got involved in Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. It wasn't a difficult transition because I started out with judo, so from judo to Aikido Jiu-Jitsu wasn't that big of a deal. And Aikido Jiu-Jitsu's judo is actually one of the arts that branched off of Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. So is Aikido. Aikido is another branch of Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. And one of my instructors was Daito Ryu. Anybody who's into that kind of. So my instructor was Daito Ryu, Aikido Jiu-Jitsu. I studied with many instructors, amazing instructors. Most of them were combat veterans on the front lines of World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. So that made it interesting. Is this thing still rolling? Oh, there it is. There it is. We got some glitching going on. Got some glitching due to the signal. So there may not be too many towers in the area that I'm at. But yeah, I wanted to experiment with the wireless mic, because like I said, the wire mic goes directly into the camera. And like I said, the quality, when I do the videos, when I do the recordings, the quality is amazing. And different from the wireless mic has to get plugged in. Both of them, the transmitter and the receiver, they both have to be plugged in because they're battery operated. So they have to be, got to get plugged in every so often. Homeboy with the Winnebago in front of me slowed down for some reason. I don't know. I had to change lanes. I don't know what hopping. What hopping? I can hear myself with my headset, and it sounds good. The headset is connected to one of my phones, so I can hear. So I can hear myself through YouTube. So it sounds like it's okay. I hope you guys are hearing the same thing I'm hearing. What hopping? Yup, butter. Yeah, so when I do my live, that's another thing. You're not gonna hear butter unless I actually say it, because when I record, I add that to the recording through CapCut. So I edit with CapCut, and in the CapCut I get to record butter, but because it's live, I gotta actually say it while I'm recording or while I'm on the live. I think I'm gonna incorporate wah-hopping. That's a funny story behind wah-hopping. I worked the Northeast for how many years did I work the Northeast? I worked the Northeast 17 or 18 years in the Northeast, and one of my coworkers was laughing because he uses a CB. I don't use the CB, and I don't use the CB because there's so much noise. There's so many arguments, so much nonsense that goes on in the CB radio. So I don't bother to use the CB. I usually keep it off. A lot of noise, a lot of negativity. But my coworker that does keep a CB on used to hear this one individual. He must have been Spanish. And when some drama erupted on the radio, he would always chime in, and of course with his accent, he would say, "What hopping?" And he used to have this this high-pitched voice, "What hopping?" I found it funny to the point where I think I'm going to start using "what hopping" and incorporate that with butter. Butter was just something that came out of my mouth randomly. Butter was code for crack. So sometimes fiends, when they would go get some crack, they would just ask for crack. They would just say, "Yo, you got that butter? You got that butter?" So I got a conversation going with my son. And he had me on the speaker in his car, and his wife was there, my grandkids were there, and we're having a conversation, and I just randomly came out and said butter, and after doing I really, I'm childish, but I am a child, but after doing that a few times, my son and his wife started just laughing. And my son was asking me what the hell was going on. What do you mean? Why do you keep saying butter? Oh, it's just random. Just me being a child. I mean, that's... Yeah, my children are more mature than me, which drives them crazy. Butter. I'm hitting that odium too while I'm at it. I'm also thanking God that the delivery I have to make is not a fixed appointed time. It's a window. And I checked it before I started, and I got till 3 o'clock. My arrival time, my ETA is 1:45, so I'm really good. I'm happy about that. Butter. Yeah. It seems that the stream is doing well. Oh, in case you guys. What was I saying? Yeah. I already forgot what I was saying. Oh, odium. So if this is your first time exposed to me calling something odium, I'm referring to any beverage that has caffeine. In this particular case, I've got black coffee, no cream, no sugar, but I do add unsweetened cocoa. Unsweetened cocoa. Unsweetened cocoa is great for blood circulation. So I add unsweetened cocoa to my black coffee. Amazing. Better. Keep an eye out. If you know people, keep an eye out who prefer drinking bitter fluids like tonic water. Not club soda, tonic water. If they drink tonic water, if they have social media and the social media is loaded with selfies of themselves and they don't have that, what is that? Is that a sympathetic response when somebody yawns but they don't yawn? Everybody else yawns but that one person. That same person that just loves drinking bitter and has those social mediums with selfies of themselves and don't have that. Is that called a sympathetic response when they don't yawn back? Well, if they have those three things going on, pay close attention to them. They tend to be psychopaths. Yeah, psychopaths happen to have those three qualities going on. It's not 100%, but it's a high probability. Y'all understand. High probability? Yeah, y'all understand that. How long? I don't even know how long I've been on. I can't tell. I can't really grab anything right now because I'm driving. And I'm grateful that the GoPro is voice activated. I liked it that it's like that. And it's great because on my screen, okay, I can see how long I've been on. Been on for almost 50 minutes now. And it's great because there's a meter that shows my stream health. I tell you that I'm blown away by this GoPro, and it's not a new model either. This is the GoPro Hero 9. I don't know what number they're up to. I think they're up to like number 13 or 12 or something like that. But this Hero 9, I'll tell you, and I've been looking at the reviews.
Put down phone.
Shut up! I'm not holding anything. I got that stream health meter pumping. Pumping. Right, so the review on the GoPros. GoPro Hero 9 is one of the more favored models. Yeah, I got this AI camera that the company installed, and every so often it tells me to put the phone down. I'm not even holding a phone, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe, well, whenever that happens, I got to check to see if my zipper is open. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I can't figure it out. There are a lot of health benefits to drinking black coffee. A lot. You will disrupt the benefits if you add sugar, for sure sugar. Or, I don't know about the other sweeteners, but the best effects from drinking, the maximum benefits is the light coffee, not dark coffee. Light coffee. I guess in Starbucks they called it blonde. That is the one with the greatest benefits. Maximum nutrients. So, not dark roast, light roast, no cream, no sugar. And if you want to boost up some blood circulation, unsweetened cocoa. Unsweetened cocoa. Absolutely amazing. Oh, my stream meter just went down a little bit. Nice. I'm so amazed. I'm so amazed with this GoPro Live. Amazing. I'm gonna listen to the recording later on just to see if on the playback the quality of the audio remains good. I went on the replay for the one I did yesterday, the live I did yesterday, and I was not happy with the audio. Yeah, I remember when I was driving a cab in New York City, we had some CB. It was a little group of us that had CB radios, and we used to communicate with one another. If anything jumped off and we needed help, we would call one another, and whoever was closest would show up, and it'd be on and popping. So every time we turned on that CB radio, or every time we got back, we would do audio checks, and there would always be somebody going, audio. And one of the veterans would say, yeah, don't worry about the mule going blind. Don't worry about the mule going blind. Those were probably the best times. Driving a yellow cab in New York City was an adventure. There'd be so many things going on. There was so much crazy stuff going on. So many fights too. Man, I can't tell you how many times I had to step out the cab and just start swinging and hitting something, hitting anything, whatever. Yeah. Man, you'd be sitting in line by a club if you were a night driver, and somebody would creep up along the side of the line and grab a passenger, and cab drivers be in an uproar, come out, start throwing their cups at the cab. Man, they go nuts. I got robbed at gunpoint 3 times. At gunpoint 3 times. And they were unaliving cab drivers. Around that time that I was a cab driver, they were unaliving cab drivers like crazy. Like crazy. Because that was around the time when crack was out of control. It was in the mid-'80s. So there were a lot of robberies, a lot of unaliving. It's not a good feeling. You know, being at the wrong end of the barrel of a gun is not fun. I don't recommend anybody do that. And the gun, let me tell you something. Those guns used to look so much bigger when it was pointing at your face. Oh, man. Not a good feel. Not a good look. Hey, Queen. Hey, Sip. Oh, in New York City, Queen. In New York City. I was a cab driver in New York City. A yellow cab driver. Which required something called a hack license. Yeah, it required something called a hack license. You have to go through a course. You have to pay some fees. I remember my number too. And I remember my number because for like 10 years, you got on your trip sheet, you have to keep a trip sheet, and you have to write your hack number on your trip sheet every day. So of course you're gonna remember it. And on your trip sheet, oh man, the way it worked is that if a TLC officer asked you for a printout from your meter that showed how many trips that you did, it had to correspond with the number of trips on your trip sheets. And if it didn't, for every trip that was missing, I think it was a $25 fine, $25 or $50 for every trip you didn't log down. Not fun. By the way, we gotta close out on that trade really soon. Sometime this week. I gotta check. When I get to this delivery, I'm gonna go check. Good times though. What is this? Oh, I got a weigh station coming up. Is it open? Nope, it's closed. I gotta go into details about the type of trade that was done. Very important details about that trade, the type of trade that went down. Very important. There's a benefit. However, that benefit is less beneficial than doing the other side of that trade. And I'll explain what the other side is, of course, you know. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Might have to do it direct. Might have to do it direct. And it can be confusing because it goes against it might go against human nature. Might go against human nature. Yeah. I believe that what was done was a vertical. Yep. Yep. So, Queen, what is your opinion on video? Because I'm doing an experiment with my microphone right now. But what is your opinion? And this is the second time ever I'm doing a live directly from my GoPro camera. I use my GoPro, or I've always used my GoPro to record and then post, record, edit, and post. But I discovered that I can do a live with my actual camera. Huh? So what do you think about, and Sip, what do you think about driving while I'm live? Driving while I'm live. What do you think? What's your opinion? Is this something that'll work? Can it work for you? Can it work for others? What do you think? I'm curious to know. Brandon of Palm Beach recommended that I do this type of video. But again, the way I've done it was record, edit, and record, edit, then post. Or driving while live. Is that? Yeah, I ain't answering that because I'm driving. Queen, can you rewrite that? Because there's one word there that I'm kind of lost with. I think Google messed up your. Something about football all the time? Not sure. Oh, so the mic sounds great. Okay, thank you. I got 92 miles to get to my destination. That ain't bad. 92 miles. I got plenty of time on my thing here. What's this? Another way station? Okay, speak to text. Okay, cool. Alright, is this place open? What's going on with this truck? Why is he slowing down? What's going on here? Oh no. Is this agricultural? Look. We have in Florida and in California agricultural inspection station. Agricultural inspection stations. Critical. These people do not play at the agricultural. If you're bringing in livestock, or if you're transporting livestock or agricultural stuff, oh really? All right, I'll continue doing it then. I'll continue to drive while I'm live. I just got to make sure that the areas I'm driving in have good signals. Let's see what the inspector asked for. The law enforcers. Yeah, they don't play at the agricultural. They do not play, especially in California. They will drag you. They will yank you out of your vehicle, cuff you, and take you in if you don't cooperate. That's a refrigerated trailer in front of me, so they might have had a lot of questions for him. Let's see if they ask me anything. Sometimes they don't ask for anything. Nope, no questions. I think they use X-ray to get a look and see what's inside your trailer, to get an idea of what's inside the trailer. They just waved me through. They gave me the thumbs up so I can keep it moving. But yeah, there was a family in California along I-80. I think that's Truckee, California. By what's that pass? I forget the name of that pass, but the driver, hey, blue butterflies, I'm in Florida, I-10. I'm near Live Oak, Florida. So there was this family going through the agricultural. I don't know what the driver was thinking. He was with his family too. I don't know what the driver was thinking. But the inspector was asking him I guess because he saw some mud on his tires. Like I said, they're very strict. I think he saw some mud on the tires, and agriculture is so big in California. They can't take any risks with any kind of contaminant, any kind of insects or diseases or whatever. So I think they saw some mud on his tires or something. They asked him Asking about where he was. He didn't want to cooperate. He wanted to be a constitutional genius, claiming to protect his rights or something. I don't know what the hell he was yelling. But the inspector opened his door and yanked that dude out. The family was screaming. Everybody was going crazy. They said, nah, we ain't playing with you. You ain't got no case, buddy. So he calmed down relatively quickly. Calmed down. They uncuffed him. He was very apologetic. And then he went on his way. Yeah, agricultural does not play. You're talking a potential damage worth billions of dollars. They find some fruit in your vehicle. Nah, what is this? Where'd it come from? What the hell is this? Is this something grown here in the United States? What part? Because some fruit carry insects that can potentially destroy some crops. So nah, you ain't coming in here with that. Some fruits carry. Hush, hush. Keep it down, down. Some fruits carry. That's crazy. That is so crazy. But we're live, y'all. Let me check the meter. Yeah, I could check the stream health. The stream health is bumping. We got full stream health. We're in the green, y'all. What is that? 2,500 KBs per second. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need. Whoa! My camera flipped and I didn't even realize it. Flipped up. But we fixed it. We fixed it, y'alls. We're back on. I'm still tearing up that odium, though. Still tearing it up. Facts, y'all. Facts. GoPro Hero through. Oh, man. I've had this camera for so long and never knew. Hold up. What is this? What is this disruption? Why? Oh, yeah. Stream health is down, y'all. Stream health is down in the red. 1055. Whoa. From down to 1055 kilobytes a second. 22 kilobytes. 800 kilobytes. What's going on? No towers around here? What's going on? Yeah, that's bad. back up. Oh, we're back down. This thing is going up and down, up and down, up and down. 1024 kilobytes. 1246 kilobytes. We're improving. Things are getting better, y'alls. $1387, y'alls. We're improving on the stream health. Things can only get better. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the stream is good. I knew. Up. Up. Back down we go. We need higher stream health, y'alls. We're currently at 1429. Yep, the signal needs some butter just to make it better. Listen, at my age, there is no excuse. No excuse whatsoever to be dragged down by this economy. No excuse. If you're young, if you're in your early 20s, I understand. Your early 20s, yeah, you're easily distracted. But at my age, you go through things and you know better. You know that it's not how much you make. You know that it's how much you keep that counts. That doesn't mean you have to, in financial terms, and this is not financial advice, but that doesn't mean that just because you're young, you have to go through the same thing other young people go through. No. Because you don't have to get wet to know what rain is, okay? You don't have to get wet to know what rain is. You already know what it is. Man, this lady that's coming onto the highway right now, she was breaking her neck trying to see what was coming up. Thank you, Queen. I was a lonely man with empty arms to fill. Then I found the feature in this GoPro 9 I found. And live streaming is worth living again. Can I get copywritten for? Y'all knows who that was, right? That I was trying to sing like. Sings like. Sorry about the wipers, guys. We've got some precipitation going on. One in a million. Camera of a lifetime. I still hear the breeze. I don't know if it's going through my transmitter or my receiver that's picking up the breeze. Got to figure out how to cover the receiver. Like I said, the receiver can also be used as a mic. Oh, you got home? Okay. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, Queen. I'll figure out what to do. It gets lonely in the truck, you know. So to create content and going live can sometimes be helpful. That's the requirement. I gotta sound good. I have to sound good. If I'm gonna get up here and sing, you better sound good. Okay. You don't know who sings that? Let me see. I gotta try to find that. Yeah. Noise cancellation will do it? Okay. Larry Graham, that's the name of the singer. Queen, Larry Graham, 1 in a Million You. I don't know, I think I sound really close to him. I gotta figure out, is that on the GoPro, the noise cancellation? I gotta find it, but I won't be able to do it now because I'm driving. However, that means I'm gonna have to do another experiment. Live as I drive experiment, part 3. the right with the wireless mic. It's going to be the Live as I Drive Part 3 noise cancellation on the wireless mic. That's what it's going to be. I mean, I'm not going to put that whole title on there, but that's what's going to happen. I'm going to have to do another live with the wireless mic. Ooh, and I like it. I got to use cancellation with a wireless mic I'm using. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I sound like the barge, right? Like Els DeBarge. Oh, I'm coming up to the I-10 I-75 interchange. Butter. What happened? Okay, so I'm gonna have to experiment with. Well, there's a rest area right here. Maybe I could pull in there and go through the GoPro. GoPro. I could park right here. Let's give it a second now. Let me get myself together. Do some administrative stuff first before I start touching my camera. Cause I like the way you comb your hair. I like the stylish clothes you wear. El DeBarge had some ladies crazy back in the day, boy. Slick hair. That was a competition for the Jackson 5. And then Prince came into the picture with his. Oh yeah. There was no competition really, though. They had a sad story going on. Let me check to see if this freshly brewed Odium is ready to go. There was some sibling love making. Yeah, I over caffeinate. Got this little brewer in the truck. Yeah, the barges had some sibling love making. It's like that sometimes. It bees like that. Hold on now, what I do with the cover? Oh, okay, here it is. If you don't put a cover on your cup while you're driving, man, you're gonna have a disaster on your hands. Let me see. Can I do something about that now? So I can't make any adjustments while I'm on live. So when I'm done with the live, I'll be able to go ahead and make the adjustments when I'm done with the live. It's all good though. We got the Odium piping hot. We're gonna refill the cup. Thank goodness I didn't lose the lid, because that, man, listen, that could be a problem. That could be a certified problem. Come on, let's go. Problems, yo, problems. Suwannee County. Let's do this. Let's go. Lights on when raining. There was a big old case concerning a driver that got pulled over and beat down by the ossifers. And Officer Tatum's big old bootlicker did content on the subject matter. He's a former police officer, but he's a certified bootlicker. And he had to come out and defend the officer that beat down the driver. They went too far. The one officer went too far. He really did. The one thing the driver did do wrong was that he was trying to litigate with the officers, and that was a total waste of time. In many cases, that's a total waste of time. If you want When there's a problem out in the street and officers are involved, listen, that's the type of stuff that has to be litigated in court. Not right there. Look ahead. Look right here. Okay, so that truck did move over. Here's a vehicle in the shoulder. What are you supposed to do? Huh? You're supposed to move over by law. By law. The ag truck. What do you mean about that beatdown that the driver got? No, it was a regular car. If that was what you're asking about, Jessica Lang. Happy to see you, Jessica Lang. Oh, why is it too early for you to go home? Oh, that's right. It's 12 o'clock. Okay. So you don't feel well. You're gonna go home. All right, Jessica. Look, bear crossing next 30 miles in Florida. Yeah, Florida got bears. They also have panthers out here. So yeah, Florida is the type of state where you got to be careful. Okay. I'm gonna let you know right now. You can't sleep out here. If there's a body of water, you got to be careful, because there can be alligators up in there. Snakes. Florida ain't. Listen. You better watch yourself. Better watch yourself. I think it was last year in South Carolina. A lady walking her dog. Alligator came up to snatch up her dog, but she wasn't trying to let her dog get eaten. So she wound up getting eaten. Yeah. Yep, she tried to defend her little dog, and the alligator snatched her up instead. And don't let your guard down just because you're near a fence, because alligators can climb fences. They hop benches, jump over fences. When you see them coming, get the hell out of the entrance. Run. Run. And don't run in a straight line either. You got to zigzag. Yeah, so Officer Tatum, bootlicker extraordinaire, coming to the defense of the cop in that particular video. There was no excuse for what that cop did. That cop straight up assaulted that man in the driver's seat unnecessarily. Unnecessarily. Some people should not become law enforcers. there are people that are in law enforcement that should not be they should not be law enforcers. They don't have what it takes. And let me tell you something. You should see, cops on occasion, cops go inside prisons to see what the prison environment's like, or county jail is like. Some cops don't do county jail work. And when they go into a county jail environment, especially in the dormitories or while rec is on, you can see how scared they are. And those correction officers, they don't have guns inside the facility. There are no guns allowed. So when you see these cops touring with a correction officer, sticking real close to them with no guns, man, they are so far out of their element. And the very types of people that they arrested are there, out in the open, especially in a dorm environment. Woo! You can tell they're shook. You can tell they're shook. Uh-oh. So good.